Glucose Monitoring and Medicine Box, GLUEMO. Diabetes, or also known as diabetes mellitus, is a group of metabolic disease in which a person has a high blood glucose level. It cannot be cured, but it can be controlled. This project can help the patient to monitor their glucose level and assist them in daily medicine intake. The problem statement for this project are: the available monitoring devices out there are expensive and can be a burden to the patient. Next, the methods available are invasive and painful as it needs blood sample to get the glucose reading. And lastly, the lack of integration between the devices and the patient information. The proposed solution for this project are to have a web-based application that can display information from the sensor, set the medicine schedule, and also manage the accounts. And also to have a mobile application that can alert the user regarding the patient activities. Next, to have a medicine box that can dispense the medicine based on the schedule that has been set and record the medicine intake. And lastly, to have a glucose monitoring device that can measure and record the glucose level of the patient. This is the module diagram for the project. First, the hardware, which consists of glucose level reader and a medicine box. Next, a web-based application, a mobile application, and also the naive bias for the decision making. Next is the hardware overview. So this project has two devices, which is glucose level reader and also the medicine box. The glucose level reader consists of Wearable D1 Mini as the microcontroller and IR sensor, which consists of the transmitter and the receiver. For the medicine box, it consists of Raspberry Pi 4 and continuous rotation servo to dispense the medicine. Next, the weight sensor to record the weight, and also PIR sensor to detect the motion. Demo 1. Setting up the schedule and take the medicine. First, the caregiver needs to set the time in the web-based application. The medicine box needs to be turned on, and when it is time for the medicine, the box will dispense the medicine. The naive bias read the dataset, and after that, the patient needs to take the medicine. And when it happens, the naive bias will predict the result. The result will be updated and can be viewed in the web-based application. So now I'm going to demonstrate on how the caregiver schedule the time for the medicine intake. So the caregiver can add a patient here and add all the detail and also the dose intake time. So here. However, for this demonstration, I will just only use the existing patient and update the time. So right now it's 10:36 p.m. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the time for 10:38, which is 2 minutes later, and update it into the database. Alright. So right now we will just be waiting for the medicine to be dispensed. So right now it's 10:37. So I will just first I will add the medicine now and wait for the time 10:38. So as you can see, the medicine have been dispensed by the medicine box. So at the dashboard here, so this is the patient earlier. The medicine box right now is 7 grams. So right now I will be taking the medicine. So the data will be updated here. So as you can see, the data is updated since I already taken the medicine here. The decision of medicine intake is decided by the naive bias, where the possibility of yes and no is decided based on which bigger. So in the table has shown the decision making based on the condition that needed. Next is demo 2. Patient using the glucose reader. The device needs to be turned on, then the patient needs to put their finger in between the IR sensor. The IR sensor will read the glucose level and it will update the record on the web-based application. So right now I'm going to demonstrate my IR sensor. So my IR sensor uses the IR transmitter and receiver here. So the user need to put their finger in between here. And I also use the circuit. This is the circuit for my IR sensor. So right now I'm going to demonstrate on how the IR being used. So IR sensor also use the Wearable's D1 Mini for the microcontroller. So I'm going to demonstrate my IR sensor now. So here my finger is being put between. So at the back is the data. So the data being updated automatically when I use the IR sensor. So as you can see right now 1 to 5. And it updated to 1, 3, 4. So this is how the data being transmitted. It being transmitted using the GET request from the Wearable's D1 Mini. So that's all for the IR sensor. And lastly, the impact and benefit of this project. It able to improve the life quality of diabetes patient, is the caregiver in managing the patient, help to manage the patient information systematically. And that's all for me. Thank you.